Ain't nothing better than watching you smile. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ain't nothing better than watching you laugh out loud, my baby. Ain't nothing better than watching you be you. Ain't nothing better than right now.
Hi, this is Elisa from Autism Concepts, and I'm trying to talk to you today about summer camp, since summer camp is coming up. And those of you who will be sending your kids off to summer camp, it's a kind of a real worry to us moms that have kids on the autism spectrum. And my kids are really high functioning, so it wasn't until a couple of years after they had attended special needs camps and district services that I actually got them involved into going to summer camps, regular generic general summer camps that are for what you call typical kids, and with the general population, people, kids, and like YMCA's or Boy Scouts or whatever places you can find. But I took mine there, and I, I I figured out that they had some deficits that we needed to work on, and those are the best places to figure that out, because when they are with regular kids, or what you call typical kids, that's where you're going to see where the deficits come in. So some of the deficits that I encounter with my children, that I learned that I needed to do with them, and eventually they moved on to do things by themselves. But in the beginning, these are some of the things that I needed to prime them in. And prime them in the autistic world just means that um, that you want to get them prepared ahead of time for what's coming. And you know for example, one of the easy examples I can think of, if it's a Monday, you want to tell your kids, of course, if it's their first Monday there, then this may not work very well. But if it's like, they've been there a couple of weeks already, if it's Monday, you want to tell or prime your child, tell them something they can talk about, whatever happened during the weekend. If you went on a trip to the week on the weekend, or if you went to the beach on the weekend, you went to see a movie, whatever it was that your family went to do, have your child ready to know what to talk about when they get to camp, when they're with their kids. Most of the time, these camps are going, they have the kids going back and forth, playing sports all day and, in and out. But there are some kids that sometimes end up having some downtime, and they're just sitting around, just hanging out and talking. So have them prepared to just, talk about what happened over their weekend. Another example is, if it's a Friday, tell them to say have a good weekend, to the kids that they are friending or they're making friends with. That's just something courtesy that you want to say, and you need to get them ready for that, because those are the basic things we use when we go get a job. So they're going to need to know that. And unfortunately, for some reason, mine still don't get to that point on their own very well, but they've gotten really good in other things. So and not only do you want to say, to conversate and talk to other kids, but you want to give them the exact words that prepare them for the situation they may face, and what they might need to respond to, and give them the words they're actually going to say and going to use, because that makes a big difference. Another thing you can do is you can volunteer. And most of these summer camps are more than happy to let you volunteer, because you're not only going to be there to observe your child, but you're going to be there to help out. And they really could use extra hands all the time. So they really do appreciate it, especially if you explain to them what you're trying to do is, you're not there to snoop on them or see what they're doing, but you're there to help them out, but also observe what your child is lacking on. And also give them some time to have time to do social interaction. So this is the best advice I can give you, is to send your kids to a summer camp versus district services, because district services, unfortunately, they're so understaffed that they end up with generic services, and they teach the kids the same things all across the board, or they at least try to work on some of the goals for your child, but um, it ends up not being very good. Trust me on that. So yeah, so teach the kids the words that you want them to say. For example, if they're going to be playing a basketball game or any other ball game, you want to teach them to say catch, and also that when somebody says catch to them and they have the ball and they're going to throw it at them, teach them that that means they want you to catch the ball. That they're not trying, the other kid is not trying to hurt you, they're not trying to be mean, and they don't want to throw it hard at you just to, hurt you, because some of these kids may take this literally as they're trying to be mean to them and they're trying to bully them, when in fact that other child is just being a typical child and wants to play basketball, while the child on the autistic spectrum misunderstands this as the other kid bullying him or trying to hurt him. And so he'll either retaliate and try to be aggressive towards the typical child. So those are things that I've come across in the past, and that would be helpful to you to anticipate ahead of time and also prime your child ahead of time. And I cannot stress enough how important priming is. And it doesn't matter if you already primed your child one day, they need priming every single day until they get it on their own. And thankfully my kids are able to do that on their own now, but there were some very frustrating days where it became kind of exhausting as a parent, because you're not used to doing these things. They're not normal things that you are taught to do as a parent. And most typical kids will just get the social interaction and they will just know what to do, and as a parent you don't think about teaching them things like this. But with our kids in the autism community, we do need to spend more effort into teaching them these things, and they become a little frustrating at first for parents, because you're not used to these things, and a little bit overwhelming. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes just automatic. Trust me on that. So anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. This is Alisa from Autism Concepts, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and God bless. Thanks.